Hey guys, here we are for lesson 4, applying circumference. Okay, talking more about circumference. Remember, circumference is the distance around the outside of a circle. So what do we know? What do we estimate? Here's some pictures of circular objects. We're on page 31, by the way. Here's some pictures of circular objects with measurement tools shown. The measurement tool on each picture reads as follows. The wagon wheel is 3 feet, the plane propeller is 24 inches, and the sliced orange is 20 centimeters. For each picture, which measurement is shown. So go ahead and hit pause, write down which measurement goes with each circle, and then we'll go from there. All right, hopefully you got some correct answers here. So let's go through this. So, the wagon wheel, distance all the way across. So that is diameter. Black is not a good choice. Let's try red. Diameter, or just D. Okay, from the center out to the edge of the propeller, we have the radius, and in the orange going all the way around, that is circumference. Okay, so there you have that. Let's turn the page. In the previous activity, we looked at pictures of circular objects. One measurement for each object is listed in the table. Your teacher will assign an approximation for pi to use in this activity. Complete the table. So we'll just keep using 3.14 for pi. So pi equals 3.14. Okay, now remember, it takes 2 radiuses to make 1 diameter, and circumference is pi times your diameter. Okay, so on the wagon wheel, my diameter, so if I draw a picture, my diameter is all the way across, 3. Well, I just need to find the radius. So I'm going to divide by 2, or cut it in half. So 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Okay? To find the circumference, we're just going to go pi times diameter, which is 3. So in my calculator, I'm just going to do 3.14 times 3. I get 9.42. Okay, now my airplane propeller, the radius was 24. So to find the diameter, 2 radiuses. So my radius is 24. I need to find the diameter, so that's all the way across. So 24 times 2 is 48. And then in my calculator, I'm going to go 48 times 3.14. 48 times pi, and I get 150.72. Okay? Now, in the last one, the orange slice, they give me the circumference, so I'm going backwards. So instead of multiplying by pi, I'm going to divide by pi. So I'm going to divide by pi. So 20 divided by pi, 3.14. I get 6.36, so I'm going to round that to 6.4. Okay, and then to get the radius, I divide that by 2, and I get 3.2. Okay, so 1 radius times 2 equals diameter, and diameter times pi equals circumference. Then for going backwards, circumference divided by pi gives me diameter, and diameter divided by 2 gives me the radius. Okay? We got this bug sitting, we're going to skip this one. Around the running track. So, a field inside a running track is made up of a rectangle that is 84.39 meters long and 73 meters wide, together with a half circle at each end. What is the distance around the inside of the track? Explain or show your reasoning. So, if we look here, the inside of the track has a red line here, and has a red line here, and then has a half circle here and another half circle here. So if I put the 2 half circles together, that's a pretty half circle. I get 1 whole circle. Okay? So let me redraw this with the circle tool. Okay, and then I get a whole circle. So my diameter is 73, right? Because that's this length right here. That's this length right here. So I'm going to put the 2 blue pieces together. and that's 73. Looks kind of like a weird one, but that is 73. So 73 is my diameter. Okay, so I need to find the circumference and then add the 9.76 for the top and the 9.76 for the bottom of, oh, no, the 84.39, sorry, 9.76 is the width. So 84.39 for the bottom, 84.39 for the top. So 84.39, 84.39. So to find the circumference of that circle, I'm just going to go pi times diameter. Well, my diameter is 73, so I'm just going to go pi times 73. So in my calculator, if I go 3.14 for pi times 73, I get 229.22. 229.22. So that's the circle part. That's this part and this part. So then I just need to add 84.39 for the top and 84.39 for the bottom. And I get 398.22. Let's try that one more time because I lost my decimal. 229.22 plus 84.39 plus 84.39. Oh, and it goes away. Okay, so the whole thing is 398 meters. Okay? And then number 2, we're not going to do it, but we'll talk about it. So it says the track is 9.7 meters wide all the way around. What's the distance around the outside of the track? So now 84.39 doesn't change, but what does change is the diameter of your circle, because now you have to, that's hard to see. Now you have to go from the top here all the way down to the bottom here. So you've got to add 73 plus 9.76 for the top plus 9.76 for the bottom, and that's your new diameter. So then you need to go that diameter times pi plus 84.39 plus 84.39. Okay, so it's just another step, and we're not going to talk about that yet. All right, so if we turn the page to 34, we're going to talk about this one too. We're not going to do it. So it says Karen bent some wire around a rectangle to make a picture frame. The rectangle is 8 inches by 10 inches. Find the perimeter of the wire picture frame. Explain or show reasoning. So if you notice here, I have lots of half circles. I have 1 half circle, 2 half circles, 3 half circles, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 half circles. So I have 14 half circles. That means I have 7 full circles. But then I have the corners as well. Now, this is 3/4 of a circle. So 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 for the corners. So I have 7. Oh, whoops. I have 4 3/4. So in my calculator, if I just go 4 times 0.75 or 3/4, 4 times 0.75, it gives me 3 whole circles. So I have 7 circles with the halves plus 3 circles for the corners. I get 10 whole circles. Okay, so then I just have to go 10 times diameter. And to find the diameter, we know that this whole distance is 8. So I have a half a circle, half. It's broken up into 4 sections. So 8 divided by 4 is 2, so each diameter is 2. 2, 4, 6, and then we have 1 there and 1 there for 8. So then I just go 8 times pi, and then times that by 10, and that would be my area, or my distance around my circumference. Okay, so looking at the summary, it actually talks about the formulas, which we've already talked about. It says the circumference of a circle C is pi times the diameter D. The diameter is twice the radius r, so we know that any one of these measurements for a particular circle, we can find the others. We can write the relationships between these 2 different measures using these equations. So these are all the equations for a circle so far that we've talked about. Diameter equals 2r, circumference equals pi times diameter, and this one we haven't talked about, but circumference equals 2 times pi times diameter. We know that it takes 2 radiuses, 2 times pi times radius. We know it takes 2 radiuses to make a diameter, so we can just go 2 times radius and then times that by pi. Okay, if the diameter of a car tire is 60, that means the radius is 30 because we just divided it by 2. And the circumference is going to be 60 times pi, or about 188. If we know the radius is 5, that means the diameter is 10 because we just double it. And then we go 10 times pi, which is about 31. And then if we have a ring that's circumference of 44, we go 44 divided by pi, which is about 14, which will be the diameter, and then the radius is about 7. Okay, so looking at your assignment today, it looks like on question number 1, you're going to be finding the circumference. They give you the diameter, so just remember, go diameter times pi. And then on number 2, they're going to give you like a lot of different things, and you have to tell me, what are they talking about? Are they talking about the radius, the diameter, or the circumference of the object? Okay, so for example, letter A is the length of a minute hand on a clock. Well, a minute hand on the clock goes from the center to the edge, so that would be the radius. And so there's 5, 6, 7, 8 of those that you're just going to be picking. Are they talking about the diameter, the radius, or the circumference? Okay? Remember, if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask.